I want you to open your last campaign folder and count how many versions of the same assets are inside it. V1, final, final V2, client edits final. Use this one. That right there is your marketing agency workflow. Not the pitch decks, not the brainstorms, or even the stand-ups. And it's why your team is struggling. Because every time a video gets exported, every time the design team hands something off to paid media, anytime the client asks for one small tweak, it breaks the workflow of most advertising agencies. Believe it or not, your team isn't moving slow. Your team is bogged down because assets keep moving between systems, uploading, downloading, syncing, relinking, resending, and the bigger your projects grow, the heavier of a burden your workflow becomes. So instead of talking about productivity hacks or project management tools, in this video, I'll break down what actually determines how fast your marketing agency workflow runs, the file infrastructure underneath it. Now on paper, the workflow for your marketing agency should be pretty simple, but we're not living on paper because in reality, your files move constantly, and every time a file moves, it slows your agency workflow down. Someone uploads, another person downloads, while someone else is renaming files, and that one coworker is always working off of the old version. And when you multiply that by multiple clients, multiple campaigns, multiple teams, and remote collaborators, that's how agency operations turn into chaos. But thankfully, the reason all of this happens is pretty simple. Most advertising agency workflows are built around file transfers. You upload your assets to cloud storage, wait for them to sync, send the link, and wait for someone else to download. It's that same cycle over and over, and it's quietly eating away hours of productivity every single week. But it's not just productivity that you're losing out on, it's momentum too, because when your files aren't instantly accessible, editors stall, designers are left waiting, paid teams delay launches, and clients receive slower turnarounds. All of your other tools might be great, but it doesn't matter when your file infrastructure isn't built to support your workflow. Most agencies are relying on traditional cloud storage. It's familiar, it's easy to set up, but it's built on that same send and receive workflow that tanks momentum. And don't get me started on files that start hitting 10, 20, 50 gigabytes. You shouldn't have to upload overnight just so you can keep working the next morning. That's why fast marketing agencies are cutting out uploading and downloading entirely, and instead switching to access-based workflows. And that's where LucidLink changes everything. Rather than uploading and downloading files, fast teams work directly from a shared LucidLink file space, which functions like a local drive, but operates fully from the cloud. This allows everyone to see all the same files in real time by creating a centralized file space that your entire agency can work from. You don't have to sync folders, duplicate downloads, or re-upload after every single change. When a video editor saves an updated cut, it's available instantly to paid media. When design drops new creative into a campaign folder, it's already there for social. And when strategists need to review assets, they can open them instantly. In LucidLink, your files never travel. Everyone just works from the same source of truth. And for marketing and advertising agency workflows, you'd be surprised by just how many operational headaches this can solve. Because you're eliminating version chaos, wait times on downloads and uploads, and Slack messages asking which file is the final file. Because instead, in LucidLink, large files stream instantly, design files open without any downloads, and teams collaborate without moving terabytes of files back and forth. And the best part? Your agency workflow tools all stay the same. Premiere, After Effects, Figma, analytics platforms. You don't have to overhaul any of it. You're just improving the infrastructure underneath it. And that's usually the layer that's missing in most agency operation workflows. Another thing, as agencies grow, the workflow complexity increases. More clients, more freelancers, more campaigns, all running in parallel. Traditional cloud storage forces you to manage permissions manually, multiple shared drives, and inconsistent folder structures. But LucidLink simplifies this with one centralized file space that gives you granular permissions by folder and controlled access for internal teams and external collaborators. So not only are you speeding up the creative, but you're stabilizing your marketing agency in the process. A faster marketing and advertising agency workflow doesn't require you to work longer hours. You just need to focus on removing unnecessary movement. When your files stop bouncing between machines and start living in one shared environment, the entire system becomes more manageable. Campaigns launch faster, revisions move quicker, teams collaborate without friction, and suddenly your marketing agency workflow just works. If your agency is constantly busy but rarely ahead, oftentimes it isn't the strategy or the creative, it's the file handling. So build your marketing and advertising workflow around real-time file access with LucidLink, and subscribe for more videos where we'll show you how you can make your workflow actually flow.